Bullshit Alert Nation! I'm your host, Creationist Cat Star. Let's get right into the bullshit! Alas, it has come time to freaking address the 2.5-hour cavalcade of bullshit you released in response to my 15-minute video Doc dropped. These videos include Vadim Newquist is a clueless, regressive moron. Time to curb stomp that douchehole Vadim Newquist. You gotta love that hyper-violent imagery there. It's just very, I'm overcompensating. And I actually have a couple of title suggestions, Devon, for you in the future. The first is time to shove a stick of dynamite in Vadim Newquist's ass, then furiously beat off and ejaculate on his remains, cause he's a regressive. And watch as I smash Vadim's white guilt-ridden testicle sack with a tire iron, stab his brains with an ice pick, then stick his heart in a blender and drink it like a smoothie. Oh, by the way, I'm alpha. But before I go on, I'd like to thank the various Shotomites who actually sat through that unwatchable hunk of donkey crap for me and gave me a rundown of all of Devon's bullshit. See, I have this thing where if I hear his voice for too long, I spontaneously projectile vomit demon blood from my mouth and ass, so that was just very helpful. Now, I've already hit several of his points in my previous videos, but it's important to recognize that AIU's videos were a gish gallop by design, which, for those of you that are not in the know, that's basically a fallacious debate tactic in which one spews an insurmountable wall of bullshit so profuse there's no way to possibly address it all. So, in light of that freaking fact, I'm just gonna hit a few key points that should highlight just how chock full of bullshit this lion freaking fart face can be. So, let's just start with all this nonsense about Vester Flanagan. I'm sure a lot of you are like, who and what now? Well, Flanagan was this crazy former reporter who shot another reporter and a cameraman on camera. Totally tragic, you might remember it. And my worthless human slave, Vadim, made a video about it, and AIU made these claims about that video. That my worthless human slave was, 1, defending Flanagan, 2, said Flanagan wasn't racist, and 3, said that black people can't be racist. Now, as for the first point, AIU asked Vadim about this over a month before he made his freaking videos. Here are the timestamps to authenticate that. And as you can see, Vadim replied, yeah, of course he was racist. Now, did AIU make any mention of this? Of course not. That would have torn a massive hole in his bullshit Vadim doesn't think black people can be racist narrative. And I just gotta say, to Vadim saying that black people can't be racist is every bit as absurd as saying that Chinese people can't fart. There is no reason that black people can't exhibit the same range of emotion every other freaking human can. To think otherwise is just fucking bonkers. Here are multiple comments where Vadim has said that Flanagan was racist. Here's one of Devon's own flying monkeys, months before AIU's video dropped, apologizing to me for spreading Devon's bullcrap. I do believe you Tommy Lee pwned yourself there, sir. Now look, I made Vadim take down that fucking video, okay? Why? Well, I don't want him to waste time responding to freaking responses to that video when he's my slave. He barely has any time to help me make my freaking videos as it is. Why am I gonna let him do his crap? Now, there is a way I would definitely be willing to make that video public again. I'm gonna mention that later, but for now, it's staying private. Why? Well, see, I have this thing where when I have dozens of self-entitled fart-knocking fuckfaces annoying the fuck out of me all the time and ordering me to do something, it just very much becomes a fuck you, I won't do what you tell me sort of situation. But in lieu of the fact that this video is currently on lockdown, I have shown the video to a few chosen Shotomites who had this to say.
So I have watched and listened to Darth Vadim's video he made on Vester Flanagan, and I can confidently say that he himself, Devon Tracey, the claims that he has made against Darth, Vadim are absolute and utter bullshit.
I have listened to Darth Vadim's video on Vester Flanagan, and I can confidently say that Devon's claims about the video are absolute bullshit.
Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake, and I've listened to Darth Vadim's video on Vester Flanagan, and I can confidently say that Devon's claims about the video are absolute bullshit. Did you even fucking watch the thing, Devon?
That's a pretty good question, Jake. But an even better question is, did you bother to fucking read the extensive addendum I placed in the Christ box, which pretty much renders your entire 24-minute Vadim is a clueless, regressive moron video totally fucking pointless? You should have read it, because it's been there from day fucking one, and there were 2 fucking annotations specifically asking people to read it in your video, so you made a video that was totally invalidated before you ever fucking made it, and well, that's just stupid, pointless, and embarrassing, all 3. But, you know, an even better question than that is approximately how much crack dipped in PCP and liquid freaking horse shit had you smoked when you watched what I had to say about your removal of Neil deGrasse Tyson from this fantasy football lineup of atheists you have going on your Twitter page?
I love how he chose the black guy in my lineup. Now, I used to have Matt Dillahunty in my lineup. I took him out. He didn't choose to comment on that, though. But it did have to do with race that Vadim chose to highlight that.
Could you guys, give me a second? I gotta go do something. That's the biggest hunk of bullshit I've ever heard in my life!
Oh, you talked about that Neil deGrasse Tyson thing, right?
Devon, first of all, totally unrelated. For someone who constantly accuses others of virtue signaling, this is hands down the most shameless case of virtue signaling by means of hero worship I've ever seen in my freaking life. But, Devon, what the fuck are you talking about? No, I did not choose to talk about Tyson because of race. You have nothing to support that. You're pulling it out of your butt. I only talked about it because the whole idea of a grown man ceremoniously banishing a world-renowned scientist from the atheist fantasy football bullshit league he has going on his Twitter banner, for a really petty reason, no less. Well, to me, that's like some weirdo brony guy kicking Pinkie Pie out of the collection because she made fun of Fluttershy's cutie mark or something. But I am not surprised in the least that you would say that the Tyson thing has to do with race, because, look, I'm just gonna say it. Devon loves being called a racist. He freaking loves it. Every time somebody calls him a racist, his heart does a little happy dance like this, cause yay, I got to feed my persecution complex. The guy is a racist baiter, people. And what do I mean by racist baiter? Well, I mean that he will tweet people like TJ and I, saying stupid infantile crap, deliberately trying to sound racist, like how the Harambe kids' parents look like apes, or how New Jersey sucks because it's filled with too many black people with AIDS. Then he'll practically beg you to call him racist, and if you have the audacity to crack an obvious joke, like asking if his PTSD is acting up, giving him flashbacks to his days at the KKK, then, oh my God! There you go again! A KKK comment! You say anything about black people? No, more like say some stupid, obnoxious, deliberately racist sounding crap, and then tell me to stick up for those colored people, and then yes, at that point, I will crack a joke asking if they promoted you to Grand Wizard yet.
I would say now, nobody calls me a racist. Except for Jack and Glenn, Vadim Newquist, of course.
Okay, before I respond to that stupid crap, I gotta say, it's really freaking annoying how you keep referring to me as my worthless human slave. I mean, even your co-host realizes that we're not one and the same.
Well, TJ did it, Creationist Cat did it, Vadim Newquist did it.
See? But, ironically, you're the only one between Vadim and yourself that's actually called the other one a racist. you're also the only one legitimately guilty of spreading actual libelous horse crap, like all these tweets right here, where you promote VadimNewquist.com, which starts off with the line, Vadim Newquist is a racist. Accuses him of the unethical crap you're actually responsible for that he's never done, like orchestrating false flag campaigns. It also accuses him of being a meth addict, but to tell you the truth, he doesn't really care about that. The most embarrassing thing about this website is the copious number of spelling errors and confusing syntax. He's more afraid of how that might make him look like a fucking idiot than anyone assuming he's a racist meth addict. And you know what? It's fine. You can call him a racist. Your fans definitely do all the time, mostly because of the lies you spread about that Vester Flanagan crap. But unlike you, Vadim isn't so thin-skinned that he would want to deny you and your followers the opportunity to voice your worthless bullshit opinions. Which brings us to TJ's recent video, Questions White Men Have for SJWs. Now, look, this video featured Devon along with several other YouTubers, and although Vadim doesn't always agree with all of them, he does regardless have a lot of respect for these guys, and a small handful are even some of our favorite content creators on YouTube these days.
Thanks, CC. Right back at you.
But, that being said, this video is just silly. There's really no other way to describe it. It has nothing to do with the content that everybody else provided in this video, but AIU's inclusion in this kind of a video is kind of like asking Bill Cosby to do a public service announcement against date rape. Hi, I'm Bill Cosby. Quit it with the date rape. Zugga zugga, zugga zugga, bow. I'm not even freaking kidding. AIU censorious bullshit is a mirror image of those being criticized in this very video. Just like these fartheads throw around words like racist, sexist, and hate speech to devalue legitimate criticism against them, AIU and his band of sycophantic fart knockers will label honest opinions, criticisms, and jokes as libel, slander, and smear campaigns. Just like they use their buzzwords to feign persecution and justify censorious bullshit, AIU and company uses them to justify censorious bullshit of their own, the doxing, the false flag campaigns, and more. And look, I don't hold TJ accountable for AIU's actions. I also think that between his insanely prodigious output and all the freaking social media crap he has to pay attention to, not to mention his terrifying sex life, I can't expect a guy to necessarily have a handle on everything pertaining to AIU. But regardless, how can anyone take this right here seriously?
Your continued attempts to silence all opposition, either by smearing them publicly or labeling their content as hate speech and having it removed, only serves to insulate your bubble even more and maintain your echo chamber.
You know what, listening to that again, that's actually good advice, because Devon knows quite a bit about echo chamber maintenance. He maintains quite a lovely echo chamber himself. In fact, here he is going on one of his block crazy rampages, which, you gotta go on the occasional batshit crazy block spree if you want your chamber to maintain a healthy cacophonous echo. So yeah, when one watches this video and listens to Devon going on about others who seek to silence opposition, wage smear campaigns, and seek to create echo chambers, well, I think you'll agree that good old Space Stew is pretty spot on when he asks, has Devon Tracey ever accused anyone of anything that wasn't infinitely more applicable to himself? So, anyhow, a few random things before I go. This crap about me supposedly white knighting Jacqueline Glenn, it just really has to stop. And, not because I barely mentioned her in the first video, because I knew she could take care of herself. I mean, that's true. But really, and I cannot emphasize this enough, the irony of you people talking to me about white knighting. I mean, you people suck Rue's dick like his jizz is some kind of life-giving elixir. And you people You buy the most obvious horse crap from this guy. I mean, sometimes my mind is blown at what you guys believe. Like, for instance, that whole trying to dox that 14-year-old kid thing is supposedly okay because he screwed up and got the name wrong. That's a little bit like, I'm sorry, officer, but that bomb I planted on the school bus, it short-circuited and it didn't go off, so I do think I'll just be going now. Also, guys, when you talk about Devon Tracey, you might want to steer clear of using loaded terms like white knight, because, it hits a little close to home. Oh, lighten up. It's a joke, everybody. It's a joke. If that right there makes you angry, go take some acid and find yourself, man. You're taking life too seriously. And next thing, you motherfuckers gotta start shutting the fucking frick up with all this, you gotta debate AIU, you gotta debate it one-on-one. First of all, I don't gotta do diddly doodly dick. I owe nothing to Powder with duck lips, alright? Nothing! If he wants to frickin' debate, there's one way that's gonna frickin' happen. Drunken frickin' peasants. Okay? It is the obvious choice, and you know what? He said no. And that's on him. That's on him, you AIU jizz garglers! Oh, and by the way, I've been saying, I fucked up. I've been saying that I would debate AIU. No. My worthless human slave would be the one debating. But you know what? What really blows my mind, we're not one and the same, seriously, but what really blows my mind harder than the freaking Death Star is when I tell you that there's no fucking way he's going on Devon's channel and somehow just flabbergasts you guys. As if he should feel obligated to go on unethical fart-face McGee's channel after the laundry list of unethical fart-face crap he's pulled, where 80 to 95% of my subbase is probably blocked, no less. Fuck that. No. Powder with duck lips deserves a one-on-one debate like a child molester deserves a job at a daycare center. Now, moderators are a reasonable request. If there was an expectation of honesty, that would be different, but there just isn't, and that is on Devon for his fart brain behavior. On top of that, they ensured the biggest audience. TJ has been on AIU's podcast and plugged the guy more than he's plugged me at this point, and I'm sure they'd have no problem calling Vadim out if they thought that he was being dishonest or something. So, there's really just no reason not to, and remember, this is something that Devon wants. We kinda don't care. We'd be fine going our whole lives without having a conversation with this sad piece of humanity. No, you would get wrecked. There's really no question about that, because, Vadim would be there to discuss your unethical bullshit. There's so much of that. He'd come correct with the evidence. He'd allow the Vester Flanagan video to be played, and the world could see for itself what a load of ranch and donkey shit your claims about that are. He has nothing, and I mean nothing, to hide, so I predict it would not go very well for you. Real quick, to the AIU fans, look, if you like his content but you recognize the unethical bullshit and why it's only natural after all that crap that I've gone through with Captain Fartbrain that I'd make these videos, I got no problem with you at all. But to the hardcore AIU cultists who don't recognize the bullshit and make excuses for it, and buy into the infantile, macho bullshit mask AIU puts on to mask how cowardly his censorious bullcrap behavior really is, you people are fucking children. You are this right here. This is very true to reality, except in real life, I think there'd probably be a little more bloody poop. Devon, you have no balls, and I kinda literally mean that. Ear tipping is a practice in wildlife conservation. It's typically done to cats in the wild, but it is done to other animals as well. It is a means for animal control to know whether or not animals have been neutered. Devon, you are ear-tipped. You have no balls! And, you know what, Devon? I'm better than you, okay? Vadim is better than you, and no, that's not a mere reflection of your vapid infantile alpha male bullshit. No, just about everyone is better than you. Anyone that recognizes your unethical bullshit for what it is better than you. And really, at this point, I think there's just only one more thing left to share. You are a dipshit, Devon. And I'll keep on pounding till the end. What a fucking hypocrite. Quitting with the bullshit. You are a loser, and we are amazing. Rate, comment, and subscribe or you'll totally burn in hell.